thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air.
Good Thursday morning and welcome to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Grant Olson in for Dan Kuntz. Dan will be gone today and then one more day tomorrow, and he'll be back on Monday. And I'm sure all of you loyal Wake Up Wenatchee Valley watchers are missing Dan, and he will be back. Boy, how about the weather yesterday? It was amazing. Temperatures almost 50 degrees out there. We had lots of sunshine, and we are starting off our day on the nice side too. Mostly clear skies in Wenatchee right now, and 36 degrees, 34 in Ephrata, and 37 degrees right now in Omak. Coming up for you on this edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we'll have news from around north central Washington. Also coming up, today's obscure holiday, this day in history, and birthdays. We'll also take a look at sports. Everyone is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. And then next half hour, we will introduce you to two more of the 10 candidates vying for the 2024 Apple Blossom Royalty, and much more still to come. Let's take a look now around the Wenatchee Valley and our PTZ cameras. We'll start with Wenatchee Heights. How about that beautiful shot? Columbia River, East Wenatchee and Wenatchee, and folks just getting up and at them around the area. Yeah, the sun is coming up earlier, so we're going to see a lot more sun here early in the morning. Moving on now to our Omi Gardens Sky-Fi Tower camera, and I mentioned a clear start to our day, and look at that, lots of blue sky as the sun just gets ready to come up over the Wenatchee Valley, and it's going to be a beauty today. Not quite as warm as yesterday, but all in all, it's still going to be a nice one out there. Now we move to the Hay Canyon Sky-Fi Tower camera, looking down at Cashmere and parts of the upper valley. How beautiful is that shot? With just a few clouds out there, as we mentioned. Temperatures stayed pretty steady though, in the mid-30s overnight, so a nice warm, mild start to our day for February 8th. And finally, we move to our Arrondo Rock camera, and that is looking back. You can see Turtle Rock right there in the middle of your screen, and just a few clouds to the west and the northwest. Other than that, we are gonna, as I mentioned, see lots of sunshine today. But as far as the mountains go, as we move through the week and into the weekend, we could see a little bit of snow. And folks, we are talking very little snow, about an inch of snow or so, but that will cause some winter driving conditions over Stevens Pass. You could see some slushy snow accumulations, and also the greatest impacts will be, of course, when it's cooler in the overnight and early morning. So traveling over Stevens, maybe Snoqualmie and Blewett, be very careful today as you get into Friday morning. All right, moving on with weather now. Let's take a look at what we can expect for high temperatures today, and it's going to be a nice one, generally in the mid-40s, 45 in the Columbia Basin, Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy, and then a lot of 44s from Wenatchee all the way up the Highway 97 corridor, Eniat, Chelan, Omak at 44. Nice in the upper valley today as well, Leavenworth at 42, and Lake Wenatchee, your high temperature 41 degrees. All right, let's take a look at what we can expect now over our next 6 to 7 days. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies after a clear day today. There is a trough of low pressure that's moving through Canada, and that'll kick off maybe some mountain showers tonight. Low temperatures around 30 degrees. For Friday, it is going to be beautiful, folks. Mostly sunny and mild. High pressure dominating our western weather. High temperatures tomorrow in those low and mid 40s. Moving into the weekend, Apple Blossom Selection Pageant night, and our coverage begins at 6 o'clock here on the NCW Life Channel, and it's going to be a beauty. Mostly sunny skies and mild on Saturday. High temperatures, slightly cooler than Friday, but still above normal in those low 40s. For Super Bowl Sunday, there's that big area of high pressure off the west coast, but a trough of low pressure again will move across southern Canada, and that'll kick off maybe a 30% chance of rain for us on Super Bowl Sunday. Temperatures still on the mild side in the low 40s. And then for next week on Monday, mostly cloudy, some leftover showers from that trough. We'll see about a 20% chance of rain. It will stay mild. In fact, a little warmer on Monday with high temperatures back into those mid-40s. For Tuesday, mostly sunny, just slightly cooler. You can see that big area of low pressure off the coast that really won't affect us on Tuesday, but will move into our forecast on Wednesday. Tuesday's high temperatures, I mentioned, just slightly cooler, right around 40. And then for Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies. That storm system moves into the Pacific Northwest. We'll see about a 30% chance of rain. That may go up as we move closer to Wednesday next week. We'll be a little bit cooler too, with highs on Wednesday in those upper 30s. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast now. 45 degrees, the high temperature today, 30 overnight tonight, and then just a slow cool down Friday into Sunday. But boy, we are going to see a lot of sunshine on both Friday and Saturday. A slight chance for showers Sunday and 41. Also a slight chance for rain on Monday and 44, and then nice for Tuesday and 42. And then Wednesday, our first high temperatures dropping back into the 30s, but we'll see about 39 degrees Wednesday with a 30% chance of rain. All right, that's a look at your weather forecast. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll take a look at the latest news from around the area as Wake Up Wenatchee Valley continues right after this.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect, no matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Come see how very different you will feel in your Bullfrog Spa.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. 7:07 on this Thursday morning and 36 degrees. Time to take a look at news. An online petition is asking for signatures to help save Columbia Elementary School. The petition, started by the Columbia Parent Advisory Group, has collected around 730 signatures as of yesterday afternoon. Columbia parents and staff had been voicing their concerns over the proposed closure since it was announced by the Wenatchee School District on January 20th. Next week, the Wenatchee School Board will hold a budget workshop on February 12th to hear analysis on that proposed closure and budget reduction plans for the 2024-25 school year from district staff. Those interested can find a link to the petition on our NCW Life website. Well, a Wenatchee man is charged with misusing a handgun after allegedly displaying it while he harassed a restaurant server. 46-year-old Roberto Tovar was cited last month by Wenatchee City prosecutors with counts of displaying a weapon and possession of a dangerous weapon, both of which are gross misdemeanors. Wenatchee police say Tovar showed his handgun last summer to a female server at a restaurant in Pybus Public Market while offering to kill her husband. A judge's order in Chelan County District Court now bars him from entering Pybus Market until his case is resolved. He faces a court hearing March 11th and once again is barred from entering Pybus Market. Well, the Supreme Court has declined to review a request to retry a Kashmir man on a charge of sexual assault. That means Blake Alexander Badgley, a 26-year-old man accused of rape in 2018, now stands acquitted of the crime. At his trial in 2021, a jury found him not guilty of third-degree rape, but could not reach a verdict on a second-degree charge arising from the same incident. Chelan County prosecutors sought sought a retrial on that charge, but the Washington Court of Appeals turned them down, saying it amounted to double jeopardy. The Supreme Court on Tuesday said it would not take up the case, meaning the appellate decision stands. Badgley's appellate attorney, Jeremy Burke, told NCW Life News his client, quote, had to expend a tremendous amount of resources simply to ensure the Constitution was followed. Well, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office is changing the way it sends emergency alerts to smartphone users. The Sheriff's Emergency Management Department is moving away from the Alert Sense system to Everbridge Solutions, which provides simultaneous translations for emergency alerts for fires, floods, and other emergencies. Sergeant Jason Reinfeld told county commissioners on Tuesday that the $24,000 Everbridge is twice the cost of Alert Sense, but it will be paid for by a Homeland Security grant.
All our neighboring agencies, our Homeland Security Region 7, which is Okanagan, Kittitas, Chelan, Douglas, and Grant counties, we're the only one who's not using this. And as part of the scoring, we have received just positive feedback from the agencies that are using Everbridge. Especially one of the key things for us is the ability to translate simultaneously as we're sending out messages. That's going to ease the burden of training and lessen the time it takes to put out messages in the future.
Well, the city of Wenatchee had some state money in the bank for planned water system improvements on Roosevelt Avenue, a short residential street near Methow Park. The Washington Public Works Board approved a $200,000 grant this week for design and planning on the Roosevelt project, which will improve stormwater and drinking water systems between Spokane and Kittitas streets. Among the changes, drinking water pipes, which contain lead, will be stripped out and replaced, and residents can expect new gutters and catch basins for a street that currently has neither. The full project is expected to cost roughly $1.25 million under the city's capital improvement plan. Well, a new medical supply vending machine has just been installed by the Chelan Douglas Health District. The vending machine currently provides COVID-19 test kits, Narcan, a drug used to reverse the effects of opioid overdoses, and condoms. It is located in CDHD's East Wenatchee office on Valley Mall Parkway. CDHD has also just been designated to receive a separate medical supply machine as part of a public health program. The Test and Go kiosk has yet to have a set location, but will provide both COVID and flu tests once it's installed. And that's a look at news. And for more news and weather from around north central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. By the way, you can also scan that QR code that's on your screen for all the latest news, weather, and sports. All right, when we come back, we will take a look at sports, today's obscure holiday, this day in history, and birthdays. It's 7:13, and you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Localtel cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting localtel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on this Thursday. Time now to take a look at sports. Well, we're less than a week away from pitchers and catchers reporting for spring training in Peoria, and the Mariners keep adding to the roster. Yesterday, Seattle added a familiar name to the roster by signing the older brother of a Seahawks wide receiver. Kanan Smith-Jigba was claimed off waivers from Pittsburgh. The outfielder appeared in 15 games with Pittsburgh last season. Kanan's younger brother Jackson just finished up his rookie season with the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle also added to the pitching staff by picking up right-hander Colin Snyder from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Snyder made 20 appearances with one start for Kansas City with a 4.87 ERA. Well, we're just 16 days away from the Mariners' first Cactus League game and 49 days away from opening day. Gonzaga picked up a win in West Coast League basketball last night. Braden Huff came off the bench to lead the way with 25 points, while Anton Watson added 20 in a 96-64 win over Portland. Coach Mark Few says he thought Gonzaga's defense was key in the win over the Pilots last night.
No, we had a great start on the defensive end. Actually, we had a great half, I felt like, on the defensive end, especially, that team's got some real skill, and they spread you out, and it's different playing them. You don't see 5 out and 5 men popping and shooting threes and fading to the corner, and then a guy like Roberson in there kind of wheeling and dealing in the post, and just so on relatively short prep, our guys did a nice job executing the defensive plan.
The Bulldogs improved to 8-2 in conference play and 17-6 overall with that win. Turning to hockey now, the Wenatchee Wild fell to Tri-City last night, but not for a lack of offense. Wenatchee sent 54 shots on goal, with only one finding the back of the net in a 4-1 defeat. Lucas Matika stopped 53 of 54 shots as the Americans came out on top. Austin Drawdy had the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
A former Vernon Viper out of the city of Richmond, British Columbia. Over to the left point, Jackson Smith as Tri-City wins the draw. Wristed on, tipped in, they score. It is teen. It is 1-0. Drops it off. Bambrick had a chance, and it hopped off his stick. Taking it the other way is Wynot. Looking for a breakaway. Backdoor chance and a great save. Trying to bat it down. Behind him was Daniel Hauser. It still played wide of the net. Pushed ahead, Gavin onto the stick of Sloan, top corner, got it back forehand just quickly enough, and it's 2-0 Tri-City. Sword looking for a chance, back over to Isogai, one-timer, and a save made. Back out to Isogai, back door, and a diving kick saved made by Mateka on the one-timer from Briley Wood. 10 seconds left in the Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning power play. Gets it for Fluker. Catches it on his backside. Fluker up top. Shadowing him along the way. Friesen with a wrist shot. He scores! Finally, that's the one they wanted. Evan Friesen again. 11 games in a row for a point for him. Goals on the year, including tonight. Wild not able to clear this one out off the draw. McMillan left point. One-timer from the right dots, or the right point save. Rebound, Sloan scores. It's 3-1. In over the line is Sward. Pass left behind, top of the near circle. Bell on the break, 2-on-2. Back across, one-timer for Wynot, and he scores. It's 4-1. Jonas Wu with a wrist shot. That one saved. Thrown on by Wood. Nothing there. Down to 2, down to 1. Time for one last toss and one last save for Lucas Mateka. 54 saves on the night for Mateka. He will get a moment to breathe, and the Tri-City Americans will head off the ice with a victory in the Wolves' Den tonight.
Wenatchee stays at home tomorrow night to host Everett at 7 o'clock. For tickets, go to the WenatcheeWildHockey.com. And I'll tell you what, folks, if you haven't seen a WHL game yet, go. It is a lot of fun. Well, now turning to local playoff basketball from last night on the Les Schwab scoreboard for the District 5 and 6 2A tournament. East Valley edged Ephrata 59-55, while Sela down Ellensburg 68-60. Kashmir advanced in the District 6 1A tournament by downing Quincy 64-23. There was only one of the 4 games in the first round of the District 6 1B boys tournament that was close. That saw Waterville Mansfield edge Eniat 42-40. The rest of the games were blowouts as Riverside Christian beat Wilson Creek 83-35. Soap Lake topped Pateras 89-18. Moses Lake Christian topped Cascade Christian 66-27. Omak High School was the site for the semifinals of the District 6 2B girls tournament last night. Brewster edged Tonasket 58-56. Excuse me, Okanagan downed Lake Roosevelt in the nightcap 62-36. The semifinals of the District 6 1B girls tournament is tonight in Waterville. Eniat faces Pateras in the first game at 6, while Waterville Mansfield takes on Soap Lake in the final game at 7:30. And that is a look at sports. Time now for today's obscure holiday. Before we get to it, also today, it's National Laugh and Get Rich Day. I like both. The National Boy Scouts Day is also today. But we're talking about today is it's National Kite Day. And historians have traced the kite all the way back to 9500 BC. There are even more cave paintings on Muna Island, Indonesia, that depict the use of a kite known as a kagati. Of course, as is the case with just about all inventions, there is some dispute as to who actually invented the kite. The Chinese Chinese philosopher Mozi also claimed to invent the kite in the 5th century. Regardless of who invented it, however, it turned out to be a much appreciated invention. Here's some fun facts about kites. Kites were used during the Civil War to deliver newspapers. The world's longest kite flight is approximately 180 hours. The longest kite in the world is 3,394 feet. Wow. The fastest kite speed is 120 miles per hour. The highest that a kite has flown is over 12,400 feet. Thai kite fighting has 78 different rules. Each year there are 12 kite-related deaths in a single year. There are also Japanese kites that weigh over 2 tons. Of course, what we've heard, there's the story of Benjamin Franklin discovering electricity by flying a kite with a key on the string during a lightning storm in 1752. Electricity already existed, but Franklin was trying to prove that lightning was a form of electricity. Scientists later theorized that the key was charged by the storm, so when Franklin brought the kite in, he was shocked when touching the key. Had lightning actually struck the kite or key, Franklin would have died or been seriously injured. The important thing that came from that fateful kite flying experience was lightning rods that later protected tall buildings from damage. And that's a look at today's obscure holiday. Now it's time for This Day in History. Let's go back to 1984 in a criminal lawsuit filed against the actor Robert Blank stated that Jack Nicholson, then 56, approached Blank's Mercedes-Benz while he was stopped at a red light in North Hollywood. After accusing the other man of cutting him off in traffic, Nicholson used a golf club to bash the roof and windshield of Blank's car. A witness confirmed Blank's account of the incident, and misdemeanor charges of assault and vandalism were filed against Nicholson. Charges were dropped after Nicholson apologized to Blank, and the two reached an undisclosed settlement, which included a reported $500,000 check from Nicholson. Nicholson later expressed regret about the incident in an interview with Us magazine, calling it a shameful incident in my life. He explained that a close friend had recently died and that he'd been under a good deal of stress during the shooting of his most recent movie, The Crossing Guard. In that film, directed by Sean Penn, Nicholson played Freddie Gale, a man who vows to wreak vengeance on the drunk driver who killed his daughter. According to Nicholson, he went out of his mind after being cut off and snatched one of his golf clubs from the trunk of his car. Though press reports of the incident variously reported that the club in question had been a 3 or a 5 iron, Nicholson, who started golfing seriously after learning the game for the filming of 1990's The Two Jakes, he cleared up the issue in a 2007 interview with Golf Digest. He says, "I was on my way to the course, and in the midst of this madness, I somehow knew what I was doing," he says, "because I reached into my trunk and specifically selected a club I'd never used on the course, my 2-iron. Years later, Nicholson would play a therapist counselor with Adam Sandler in the black comedy Anger Management. But on February 8, 1994, it was the Oscar-winning actor Jack Nicholson who let his anger get out of control. That's a look at this day in history. Now today's birthdays. Novelist Jules Verne was born on this date in 1928 in France. Known for his adventure novels and his profound influence on the literary genre of science fiction. His most famous novel, Around the World in 80 Days, is considered a classic of the genre and has been twice turned into film, in 1956 and in 2004. Verne is considered a major literary author in France and most of Europe, where he's had a wide influence on the literary avant-garde and on surrealism. Also birthdays on this date. 1931, James Byron Dean was an American actor. He was born today. He's remembered as a cultural icon of teenage disillusionment and social estrangement, as expressed in the title of his most celebrated film, Rebel Without a Cause, in which he starred as troubled teenager Jim Stark. The other two roles that defined his stardom were loner Cal Trask in East of Eden and surly ranch hand Jet Rink in Giant. After his death in a car crash on September 30th, 1955, Dean became the first actor to receive a posthumous Academy Award nomination for Best Actor for his role in East of Eden. Upon receiving a second nomination for his role in Giant the following year, Dean became the only actor to have had two posthumous acting nominations. And finally this morning, birthdays. Happy 91st birthday to composer John Williams. In a career spanning over 6 decades, Williams composed the famously recognizable scores for such films as Schindler's List, Indiana Jones, the Star Wars series, Jurassic Park, and the first 3 Harry Potter films. With a slew of Oscars, Grammys, BAFTA, Golden Globes, and Saturn Awards, he also recently just won another Grammy last Sunday night for his composition in the new Indiana Jones series. That is his 26th Grammy for the 91-year-old. And that's a look at today's birthday. A big thank you to our platinum sponsor here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Remember, for all your heat and air, call Alpine Air. And also a big thanks to Pool to Spa Services, first-class pool and spa services in North Central Washington, home to the Bullfrog Spa with jetpacks. Pool to Spa Services is located on Worthen Street in Wenatchee. And also a thanks to Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista. Their entire campus embraces a philosophy of healthy, fulfilled living to encourage happiness and longevity as they strive to help patients achieve the purposeful, active lifestyle that they desire. All right, as we head to break, it's time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Today's featured pet is a dog who's definitely a people person, sweet yet playful. He'd be great for an active owner. Meet Peyton.
Hi, my name's Jenny. I'm the behavior manager here at Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Today I have with me 3-year-old Peyton. As you can see, Peyton is quite a love. He's kind of what we call the rock star here because obviously his gorgeous looks are something, but his personality is such a winning personality. He is easy to handle on leash. He is so polite with people he meets. He did come to us with 5 little small dog siblings, so he has a home history of living with small dogs. Overall, he loves to go up to a playgroup to hang with other dogs, but really his true thing in life that he loves is his people. This dog is such a good dog for an active person that wants to be on the trails here, hang out. He has great endurance. He loves to go for his walks, loves to sniff, but most importantly, he loves to be with you. So Peyton is 3 years old, which to me is kind of a perfect age for a dog, and especially since he's so well-mannered. Looking at him, we were told that he has part Border Collie, maybe a little husky in him, possibly a super mutt. He's just absolutely adorable. Whatever he is, we think he's pretty perfect. He's pretty much a mid-sized dog. I don't remember his weight, but he's a nice travel-sized companion dog. Command-wise, he is learning his basic commands here. We do clicker training here, so he is starting to learn sit. He's really in tune, he's treat motivated, but most importantly, he's like praise and human motivated. So he's been a really easy dog to work with here. So we are open 6 days a week, Thursday through Tuesday from 11 to 6. You are welcome to come down at any point. We have, you can come and ask to meet him and we will bring him right out. You can also do a hall pass and we will have a staff member take you through to see all of our available dogs, and the cat room is open each day too. So please come on down.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Central Washington Water is your solution for problem water. Whether you're on a well or municipal water, they can design a clean water system custom to you. Soft water eliminates water spots and scaling on fixtures. It protects appliances from hard water damage, saving you money. Soft water reduces soap usage that causes skin irritation and is a healthier choice to drink. Call for a free in-home consultation or stop by the store to have your water tested. Central Washington Water, your best water solution for home, pool, and spa.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota compact and utility tractors. Rated #1 in durability and owner experience, they're built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota tractors for 0 down, 2.99% APR for up to 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying snow attachments. See your local Kubota dealer today.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, my daughter, son-in-law, and grandchild Luca were coming over for dinner the other night. And I was going to cook salmon. So the day before they came, I told Luca, I said, we're having salmon. And Luca looked at me and he said, I'm allergic to salmon. Well, of course, meaning that he doesn't like salmon. Well, doggone it, in my day, the way I was raised, no one cared whether or not you liked something. You ate what was put in front of you, and you either ate it or you went hungry. Nobody put up with your culinary likes or dislikes. So remembering what I've been taught, I have, of course, made the kids some Italian sausage, which I know he loves. Hey, I'm his grandfather. I'm not his warden. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the Diagnostic Doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can just
great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
The day after I met her, I called and asked her to go on a date with me, and we came to Abby's Pizza for our first date.
Eating it across from each other, I'll never forget it. This place is special.
It's barbecue chicken pizza season at Abby's Legendary Pizza, baby. Featuring our flavorful pizza sauce and a 3-cheese blend, layered with BBQ sauce, chicken, and onions. Order your hot and fresh feast now at abbys.com. A legendary pizza tradition.
Coverage of the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Caught in a conflict? Family? Housing? Business? Call Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center at 509-888-0957 for help.
Continuing our series of conversations of getting to know the top 10 Royal Court candidates. Eventually, it'll be whittled down to the Queen and the two Princesses on Saturday night at the New America Performing Arts Center, presented by Cashmere Valley Bank. Lexi, introduce yourself to me and our television family.
Hello, I'm Lexi Fennell. I am currently attending at Eastmont High School as a senior and Wenatchee Valley College as a second-year full-time Running Start student.
We've had a lot of those in the Royal Court this year.
There is.
I wish they didn't have a Running Start when I was in school.
It's such a great opportunity, and there was a lot of girls in the top 24 that were also in Running Start. I don't know. It's just such a great opportunity to go to the college and the high school at the same time.
So right now, as it's Friday afternoon about 1 o'clock as we record this, are you missing a class right now?
I am.
What is it?
I'm missing ASL 2 right now, and then Senate in a couple minutes.
ASL 2.
ASL, American Sign Language.
Oh!
It's my second year.
Are you good at it?
As good as a second year student learning a different language can be. I mean, I can sign basic things like my name and my favorite color and stuff like that, but
is it almost, I mean, from what I know of American Sign Language, you're translating through your head to your hands. That can't be easy.
It's not easy, and the way that you have to sign is not the way that we would speak in English. Like you would say, I don't know, the dog ran to the park, but in sign language you would say, like ran the dog, or like you have to mix it all around.
Oh, okay.
Makes it a little more challenging.
I've already learned something from you today. So let's go back to November 6th, the mandatory meeting, the meeting you have to show up with, and either mom or dad, or perhaps both, have to accompany you to where you get the speech from Darcy and the staff. Say, well, if you're in, you want to take a run at being in royalty, this is what you can expect. Were you scared away? Were you like, okay, I'm going for it anyway? Was this something that you wanted to do?
I heard from a lot of girls that they were very skeptical going into the mandatory meeting, and they didn't know, and the mandatory meeting made sure that they wanted to do it. And for me, I already knew that I was going to do it before the mandatory meeting, so it just got me more excited for the process. And they were like, oh, if you get in top 10, you'll be doing all these things and getting interviewed on TV. And I was like, okay, that sounds cool. I know I want to do that.
So the decision was made even before the mandatory meeting, or did the mandatory meeting just submit your idea?
I already submitted my application before I went to the mandatory meeting.
Wow.
I knew I was going to do it.
That's showing initiative. So this is something like even when you were a little girl growing up, that maybe one day I might want to do this?
I moved here when I was 10, so I've only lived here for 7 years. But as soon as I got here, I was seeing all the girls run for it and all the hype around the community, just saying, oh my gosh, it's apple blossom time. And I've watched the parade since I moved here at 10, so I knew that it was something that I was going to want to do.
So going back all the way, let's go all the way back to November 6th for that matter, all the way through the speeches and then the top 10, and now here you are just a few short days away from pageant itself. What have you learned about yourself that maybe you didn't know about yourself back on November 6th?
I've really learned, I'm comfortable on a stage, but I really learned how to present comfortably, and I'm used to doing a lot of speeches on stage for business stuff, so I'm kind of learning how to show my personality through talking on stage and just getting more comfortable talking with people, just having one-on-one conversations like this, or going out in the community and just saying hi to anybody. I'm getting more comfortable with doing stuff like that.
You meet a lot of people in a very short period of time, including some fairly important people, and it takes, for a 17-year-old high school senior, that can sometimes be very uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot to get used to, and since all this top 10 stuff is pushed into 1 month, we're doing stuff every single day, and we're meeting someone new or going on a fruit tour one day and then going to this thing another day. It's jam-packed. I just think it's so fun. It's such a great opportunity, and I've learned more about the Wenatchee Valley in the last 2.5 weeks than I have in the last 7 years that I've been here.
Well, it's worth it right there then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So on the 10th day of February, on Saturday, from basically the time you get up and have breakfast until it's all said and done and the pageant is over, you are going to be judged by judges who do this. They are professional pageant judges. Are you prepared to be judged over an extent all day and into the evening? Is that something that you're comfortable with?
I am very comfortable with it. I know that I'm going to be doing a lot of practicing before then, so I know that even if I'm not 100% comfortable right now, when February 10th does come, I think that I will be ready, and I'm just mostly just excited for it all. Like, it is nerve-wracking going into the interview and the one-on-ones, and everyone's just staring at you saying, oh, can she be our next queen or our next princess? And I think it's just so exciting to be in that place in the first, I don't know how to say that.
Well, I'll tell you this much. The judges who will be judging you on February 10th, the last thing they want to do is make anybody feel uncomfortable. They want to get to know the candidate and the person as much as anything else.
Yeah, I think it's just about being yourself, and I'm just so excited to just be in that space.
The Lexi time, your commitments to whatever it is that you have committed that day, and your homework is done, and the dog is fed, and you get your own little Lexi time where nobody can ask something of you. What do you do? What's good quality Lexi time for Lexi?
That day, I will probably go home, maybe just try and like lay down, and I know my brain won't shut off on that day, but do something to try and get out of my head, like read. I like to read. So I might try and do that. I love food, so I might just go eat a meal or something, just to get my mind off of it so I'm not obsessing about it. I think that would be best.
That's probably the good. How did the gown selection go? Some of your candidate friends, they really like the dress they got to pick out.
I am in love with my dress. I went dress shopping at Sweethearts, and we were picking out different colors, and I was like, oh, I like that one. And then I said, oh, I really like this specific color. And they pulled out a dress, and I was like, that's it. And that was the first dress I tried on, and it was my dress.
They don't let you keep it, do they? You have to return the formal? They let you keep it?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well, we pay for it, so.
Oh, that's true. Because it's funny, because I would always wear the tux for the big selection night, and then I would just take it home and put it in my closet, and then I would get yelled at because apparently I would have to return the tux.
Yeah.
Nobody told me.
I don't know when I'm ever going to wear this dress again, because it's too glamorous to wear to any party or anything, but it's the most beautiful dress I've seen.
Congratulations. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for dropping by and visiting us. We appreciate it. And you're watching the NCW Live channel.
Happy Valentine's, Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashions is your one-stop shop for Valentine's gifts. Beautifully designed bright jewelry and handbags, new heart necklaces and earrings, and red sparkly earrings and charms too. Collins has started their great winter sale with sweaters, jackets, tops, boots, all at 50% off. We have new spring merchandise from French dressing, tribal, etc. And traveling to a warm climate, we have Jam's World, Tommy Bahama, David Klein are perfect for your trip. All at Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee.
Coverage of the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant on the NCW Live channel is brought to you by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air. Call Alpine Air.
We continue our series of interviews with the top 10 Apple Blossom Festival royalty candidates as we get ready for February 10th.
at the America Performing Arts Center for the Royalty Selection Pageant presented by Cashmere Valley Bank. Ava Porter is a senior at Wenatchee High School. As we tape this, district bowling is happening a little bit later on. You're a pretty good bowler.
I am, yes. I'm our team's captain and our anchor, which means I am essentially the best bowler on the team. I mean, yeah, I'd say I'm pretty good. My best is 251. Wow. Pretty good, not bad. And I don't know, I love bowling. It's a ton of fun. It's a great sport for people who want to have like that team community, but you don't have to be like D1 level. It's a sport anyone can do, and I think it's just amazing.
Well, I've watched high school bowling. I've covered high school bowling. There doesn't seem to be any rivalries between Moses Lake and Eastmont and Wenatchee. You're just like all of you girls are out having fun. It has a whole different vibe than, say, a football or a basketball game. It's like all of you girls are like enjoying each other's company, even though you're not even on the same team.
That's another great part of bowling, is that I've noticed with a lot of other sports there can be a lot of like butting heads, you know, and there's been like big drama, especially with defacing each other's schools. But with bowling, we love, like, even Eastmont, we love our Eastmont girls. They're like our sisters. I mean, every match, it's more of a joke, honestly, that we hate them. We're just like, I'm gonna kick your butt and I'm gonna win. No, I'm gonna win. You know, it's just, it's a great community.
It's Friday morning, 9 a.m.-ish as we tape this. So what class are you missing right now? Where would you be if you weren't here?
I am missing my orchestra class. I believe it'd be chamber today. Yeah, I've been playing violin for, I want to say 8 years now. I absolutely adore it, and I love my teacher, Beth Jensen. Shout out to her if she's watching this. And yeah, I don't know, it's just a great passion of mine. Is there a particular piece that you enjoy to play in the violin? Ooh. Well, right now I am working on my solo for solo ensemble. It's, I'm trying to remember the name now. Violin Concerto No. 1 in A minor by Bach. Ooh. Kind of a long title, but it's a ton of fun to play. It's fun to do. I guess I don't want to say easy on the fingers, but it's, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. Leading up to November 6th, the mandatory meetings, the ones you have to go to if you want to become into the Apple Blossom deal. Was this something you wanted to do for a very long time? You couldn't wait until November 6th came around so you could find out what it's all about? It was a last second, Mom, Dad, I'm going to go for it. It was honestly more of a last second thing. Apple Blossom has been in my family for a very long time. My grandma, Char Allen, she was a big part of this Apple Blossom. She was a chaperone back in, like, I want to say the 90s or 2000s. So it's been in my family. My grandma loves it. We go to the top 10 thing every single year. And what really made me decide to do it was I got the paper in the mail saying, hey, you're a high school senior. Do you want to do Apple Blossom? And I just looked at it and I was like, you know what? I do want to do Apple Blossom, because why not? It looks like fun. I feel like I'm a good person to represent the community, you know? What have you learned about yourself since November 6th and since you made top 10? What have you learned about yourself that maybe you didn't know about yourself? Good question. It turns out I'm a lot better at writing than I thought it was. English has never been my strong suit. I've never liked writing essays, but writing speeches has honestly, it's been actually a lot of fun, and it turns out I'm better at it than I thought I was. And you have to write a bio. Is it easy to write a bio for somebody who's only 17 or 18 years old? I mean, kind of. They give you some pretty easy questions. It's just like, what's your favorite book? It's like, I know that. That's easy. And also, it's nice because it's not just like, write about yourself. They give you like prompt. They're literally just like, Ava is the daughter of so-and-so. Ava does this. Ava does that. And you just have to fill in the blanks. It's pretty easy. I mean, it can be a little bit hard to talk about yourself because you're like, I have to brag to these people and I don't want to do that. But I don't know, they make it easy for you. On Saturday, you have the one-on-one interviews. It's an entire process. It's an all-day thing culminating in the pageant. But for that entire day on pageant Saturday, you're being judged by people who are professional judgers. Is that intimidating? Are you prepared to be judged? It's terrifying, honestly. I feel like for the speeches, I can do speeches because that's just, I know what the words are and I just have to say the words. I've always been good at memorizing, like lines and lyrics, things like that. But for questions like, what's the political party of your governor? Good question. Anything that's like factual information, it's just like I have to, it's terrifying because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But I think overall, I'm terrified, but I think once I get into it, I'll be able to relax and just be like, okay, just go with the flow. I got this.
Speaking of relaxation, we'll close with this, Ava. When nothing is being asked of you, or time is being demanded of you, or your homework is done, you did your violin scales, what's Ava's time to be Ava, to just, do you listen to music, do you watch a movie, what do you do to just chill out and take the outside world away? What do you do?
I'd say a few things. Music is actually one of them. Not only because I play violin, but music has always been super important to me. It's been like it helps me work me through my emotions. It helps me connect to people and just relax after a hard day. And another favorite thing of mine is to crochet. My grandma taught me how to knit when I was like 9 or 10 years old. And then from then on, I started with making washcloths. And then I moved on to making like crochet tops and hats. I've made all sorts of, I make little stuffed animals. It's a great way. It's repetitive and it's easy, so I can just like put on a show or listen to music and do it, and it's very relaxing.
Well, best of luck to you on Saturday the 10th.
Thank you.
And thanks for spending time out of your busy day. And I'll write a note to your violin teacher about you missing class today, all right?
Okay, thank you.
And you're watching the NCW Life channel.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now. I'm currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
Imagine a science project being done on the kitchen table. Feel the excitement on Christmas morning as the kids race down the stairs to form memories that cannot be erased. Listen for the laughter coming from the next room. Put your family in a new home to make these visions become reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade. Use the Move Meter entering 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on the cost of living and other factors. Make your dream place a reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade today.
Welcome to Gilded Lily Home, where something extraordinary is waiting. You'll be delighted to find an amazing selection of specialty foods and tabletop decor. Browse their uniquely curated collection of gifts. Shop for yourself in their wide collection of jewelry and clothing, and for your home with their amazing hand-selected furniture, lighting, and decor. The Gilded Lily Home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items for your home, your kitchen, and your lifestyle.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on this Thursday. Time is now 7:57. I have this because it's time to pick out our winner from yesterday's Winning Wednesday. Here are the entries. Your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets, premium section to Wenatchee Wild, any home game of your choosing. So let's go ahead and pick out a winner. And the winner today is Douglas Kotke Jr. You are the winner, and we will be in touch with you to tell you how you can pick up your tickets. But congratulations once again to Douglas Kotke Jr. You just won yourself a 4-pack of Wenatchee Wild hockey tickets. All right, while we have time, let's take a quick look at our forecast before we let you go this morning. And our forecast today is going to be a nice one once again. Mostly sunny today with a high temperature of 45 degrees. For Friday, lots of sun as well. We are going to to see a slow cool down, as you can see, getting into Saturday, about a degree or so a day. 42 to kick off our weekend on Saturday. Once again, sunny skies and mild conditions. And then a weak storm system will slide through the area on Sunday. That'll bring us mostly cloudy skies, a 30% chance of rain with a high temperature of 41. And then we'll warm up once again on Monday, but we could see a scattered shower, cloudy and 44 for the high temperature on Monday. For your Tuesday, mostly sunny. We will be a little bit cooler, and that'll be the beginning of a slow cool down as we get into the first and middle part of next week. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high temperature of 42. And by the time we get into Wednesday then, mostly cloudy. That will really be our best chance for rain, I think, on Wednesday. A 30% chance of rain with a high temperature of 39 degrees. And that's a look at your weather forecast. Boy, temperatures just staying above normal, and we have seen that now for about 3 weeks or so. The good news about our current weather, lots of sun in our forecast, and that's one thing we have not seen a lot of. Well, that'll do it for a Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Please join me tonight for the NCW Life Evening News, and then again tomorrow morning for this show. Thanks for watching. Go out and make it a great day.
My friends and I are exploring the Adriatic coast in the countries of Italy, Croatia, and Montenegro. We'll kick off our adventure in Venice and its surrounding islands.
I want to live in one of the pink houses.
Okay. Then explore Dubrovnik in Croatia.
Why does this place look so familiar? Feels like I've been here before.
After that, we're off to eat oysters and explore Roman ruins.
This is probably one of the most famous sites here in Split. It's where the Roman emperor used to live.
Before wrapping up our coastal tour on the coast of Montenegro.
This is the island that just keeps growing.
This is a journey by both land and sea that you'll never forget.
Oh, it feels interesting. Okay.
It's oysters.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, gosh.
Welcome to Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World from the Adriatic coast.